Right now, you're sitting down, maybe on a couch, maybe at a desk. Your back is slightly rounded, your legs bent at 90 degrees, and you're staring at a glowing rectangle that fits in your hand. Everything about this moment, the chair, the screen, the posture, was designed for a body that walks on two legs, a body that stands tall, a body that carries its hands free. But nobody designed that body. It just happened. And the story of how it happened is one of the strangest, most brutal, most accidental stories in the history of life on Earth. Here's the question nobody asks. Why did we stand up at all? For a long time, researchers assumed bipedalism, walking on two legs, evolved because it made us faster. The idea was simple. Stand up, run better, outrun predators, survive. It made sense on paper. But that assumption turned out to be wrong. Very wrong. A chimpanzee on all fours is faster than you. A gorilla on all fours is faster than you. Almost every quadruped, every four-legged animal, is faster than a human running upright. When we stood up, we didn't become speed machines. We became slow, unstable, injury-prone creatures who needed years just to learn how to walk without falling. So why did natural selection reward that? Why did standing up win? The real answer is darker and stranger than anyone expected, and it starts not with speed, but with heat. In 2007, researcher David Carrier at the University of Utah ran a landmark study comparing energy expenditure between chimpanzees and humans during locomotion. The results shocked the field. Humans walking upright used 75% less energy than chimpanzees moving on all fours. Think about this. Standing up wasn't about going faster, it was about going longer, farther, with less fuel. Here's what's really interesting. Around 4.4 million years ago, East Africa began drying out. The vast forests that had sheltered our earliest ancestors started shrinking. Trees got farther apart, food got scarcer. The creatures that could travel longer distances on less energy survived. The ones who couldn't, didn't. Standing up wasn't a power move, it was a survival gamble made by bodies that were running out of options. But here's what nobody talks about. The moment we stood up, we freed our hands, and that changed everything. Not slowly, radically, permanently. In 1974, paleoanthropologist Donald Johanson discovered a 3.2 million-year-old female skeleton in the Afar region of Ethiopia. He named her Lucy, after the Beatles song playing in camp that night. Lucy's skeleton showed something extraordinary. Her hands were free. Her arms were shorter than a chimpanzee's. Her fingers still slightly curved, a ghost of tree climbing, but no longer needed for walking. Her hands were open, available, ready. And it gets stranger, because free hands didn't just mean tool use, they meant carrying. And carrying meant something that no other species had ever done at this scale, sharing food. Before bipedalism, great apes ate where they found food. They didn't carry meals back to others. They didn't provision their young over long distances. But a bipedal creature with free hands could pick up food in one place and walk it to someone else miles away. That single ability, carrying food for others, may have been what sparked the first human social bonds, the first families, the first trust. Your body still remembers this. The reason you feel a deep, almost physical discomfort when you watch someone eat alone, the reason humans instinctively share food at tables, at celebrations, at funerals, isn't culture. It's 3 million years of survival programming. Sharing wasn't kindness, it was strategy, and your nervous system still operates on that ancient rule. This is why you still feel uneasy eating in front of others without offering. Your brain doesn't know grocery stores exist. It only knows food is scarce, group survives, lone individuals don't. In 2012, a study published in the journal PLOS One found that humans rate food as more pleasurable when eaten in social settings than alone, even when the food is identical. The ancient wiring runs so deep that it changes how your taste buds report to your brain. You are not choosing to enjoy food more with people. Your prehistoric body is making that choice for you, the same way it made choices for Lucy, sitting in the shade of an acacia tree 3 million years ago. And there's one more thing. When you stand upright, your eyes sit approximately 5 feet off the ground. On all fours, they'd sit too. That vertical leap in perspective didn't just help you see predators coming. It changed your relationship with the horizon, with distance, with the future. Animals that move on all fours are largely reactive, responding to what's directly in front of them. But a creature that can scan a horizon starts to anticipate, starts to plan, starts to ask, what's over there? What comes next? What happens if I go that way? Standing up didn't just change how we moved, it changed how we thought. You are the result of a 4 million year experiment, one that started not with ambition, but with desperation, a shrinking forest, a drying continent, bodies that had to change or disappear. The creatures that stood up weren't heroes, they were survivors, making a bet on an uncertain future. Right now, you're sitting, but your spine is built for standing. Your hands are free. Your eyes rest above the horizon. Every time you stand up from that chair, you are completing a 4 million year old movement that your ancestors paid for in blood, in broken bones, in childbirth complications that still exist today, all because standing up against every odds turned out to be worth it. If you want to understand who you really are, you have to understand what your body went through to get here. And we're just getting started.